This is the Cleveland International Film Festival. The acronym is CIFF, CIFF. It's taking place as we speak downtown at Tower City. And I just wanted to share with you some pictures that I took. I attended it and wanted you to see how they have designed their graphics, their logos, their professional and company apparel and things that they sold in merchandise, how all of the designs transfer over and trying to keep things consistent and showing a design all the way throughout. So this first part, this is a screen shot of a screen, and you can just see the logo with the circular piece separate from just the logo. The actual logo is this right here, so I just brought this in. And I went ahead and did a little bit of the graphics on top of this just to show, and this is exactly right from a piece of merchandising sticker that they have. So you kind of get an idea of how that's placed together. But as I go through this, I'll just kind of highlight some of the things. The background that you see with the lattice work is actually the offshoot of their cover design and coloring and how the graphics go out and about. This is an older design that they use for the cover and also for posters and t-shirts and those type of things, one above it and below it. But you can see their logo's changed slightly. They kind of mix it up a little bit. And this is done using Illustrator. So if you look close enough, you can see the skyline of the city of Cleveland. It's kind of superimposed, and it's from the south side looking north. And if you look close enough up in the background, you can see a silhouette of different cities throughout the world and representing the international part of the film festival as it's headquartered right downtown. But you can see, hopefully you can see that you could pull that together using Illustrator. There's the different ideas, but a nice concept for that one. And this is just showing some of the items they have for sale. Just about every place you go will have a gift store. It's a non-profit organization, so they're always trying to raise money so they can continue putting this festival on. It runs almost a week and a half, and so they're right in the first third of it. And when you take a look at the display, they have some items behind it, but this little bag here has the logo on it, and the graphics is even carried over onto their cards for the sale and the numbering for that part. And here's just a close-up. So again, you can see this is a screen printed image if you think of the ability of how this is placed on there. White ink on the blue garment of the bag. Here's another one, and this is the actual cover saying welcome in these different languages and font styles representing the different languages for that graphics part of it. And again, when you take a look in the background, the price tags for the different items are using that theme and color scheme. So they're trying to keep a similar look to it. Close-up of this screen printed on the bag itself. This one, just kind of showing you this image, they had it hanging up. And this is done very similar to a slide projector. This piece at the top will recoil back into the bottom, and the bottom not only holds the poster for traveling, but is a heavy weight. So when it stretches itself up, it has a configuration in the back. I should have grabbed a photo for you, but it just connects there like a window shade, and when they're done, they can just let it suck itself right up into the bottom here and close up the hanger at the back. And trying to show you the idea of how it's related to some of these items as their catalogs for this one, where it's the drawing that's brought in, and showing you that, or even some of the items using a little bit of Illustrator and Photoshop as it goes through. So the drawing is there, but it also shows a little bit of the combination of the digital software to help it out. So all these items that you see, this one is kind of a drawing except for the portrait, and the background is brought into that system. So it's kind of a sketch brought in there. These you recognize as buttons you've seen before, and they're just a quarter a piece, and these are some of the images from a previous festival, but they are still popular characters. So you can see that. You know how the buttons are made. Comment here. Here they met the challenge, meaning that the nonprofit of the film festival is trying to have donations of a goal set at 150,000 over the course of the film festival. And if they do meet that, then they're met with a challenge by the Cleveland Arts Association, and they will give them an equal amount of money there for that, so they can double it. And just kind of showing you a couple things as how these are graphically placed in there. They may brainstorm the ideas, and then the graphic artist will put this together, getting them produced. So it's giving you that option. This is just, again, posters they have all throughout the film area and the movie theater and the hallway that goes into the entrance of the Tower City Gallery with the fountain. Backtrack a little bit. This is just a lipstick balm, or not lipstick, but just the chapstick. And when you think of it, this has a longevity that they would use the chapstick, so they would see the logo every time they brought it out, or maybe take a look at it. So the times and amount of time that you would see that graphic would remind you of the festival. So it's a good idea for the advertising. This showed you before is just the graphics on a sticker. So just the screen printing on that, one color. Just seeing that's how that's placed in there. And then down the hall they have the representation of people that are in the initial commercial that they show in front of every movie. And these are the actors or people that are in that film. And it's just a short, about a minute long, and they superimpose each other, and the background is a light color. And these are just on the windows facing out to the flat, so you'll see a couple. Just kind of walking down the hallway with the graphics. This is just a large poster, very similar to what you would have seen down in the Commons. That it's a removable poster, not permanent. So it's not a high-tack piece there. But again, all these are decals that are printed, and then the light from behind bringing that out. This one just showing you the same as the screen logo, but a lot of sports events or news shows, they'll put a background that shows the logo of the event used as a piece of wallpaper, so that the character or the interview and the person they're interviewing has something behind them that's representative of the topic there. It's not always the case, but it's a trend that's come out. Again, here's some more of the pictures. Another variation on the graphics for the background there. Not sure what their initial idea was, but it's pretty good there. And just trying to share with you so you can see all the different pieces in there. This is a permanent sign for Tower City. Cleveland was going to be named Tower City, but in the Depression, the building of the Terminal Tower was being completed at the time, but everything else kind of stopped. So all of the skyscrapers that were planned kind of changed direction there. But this, again, somebody designing this signage, the poster, that's a permanent one. And then just showing similar to a director's page or the administration page in the yearbook, this is giving you the information of the people that are part of the behind the scenes, who's putting this together. And again, welcome is their slogan. These are just shooting pictures outside the back on the bottom level of the Terminal Tower. There's the Cuyahoga River. Different bridge structures and everything that's apparent there after the late March snow there. Just give me some ideas. So a couple of windows aren't covered up. As they get into the hallway, it kind of brings you down there. Sherwin-Williams is another company some past students have worked at, right outside the window there. So this gives you a direction. So as you get into the hallway, this leads out into the two ball fields for baseball, basketball. Theater's on the left-hand side, and these are all the things that you see coming in. This kiosk is temporary. There's some triangle graphics for arrows showing the direction coming through that. So there's a close-up of that one, and again, that's a decal sticker that can be removed, not permanent. The cinema marquee is a permanent structure, so they've gone ahead and added their graphics in there as the reflective pieces, shadow boxed in there. And then out in the fountain area, when you take a look, there's graphics all the way around on different banners, poster design. This pyramid kiosk is there. That's what the cover of the program looks like and they're housing all the cover, they're housing all the magazines right here for the schedule. So they're using all the print media as well, mainly for the catalog. That's the cover of the catalog. And just kind of showing you again, with all the graphics that you can see placed in there, trying to keep the theme with the color scheme and the background. This is a permanent sign that's there. It doesn't have any of their information on it. But just a couple close-ups so you can see the different graphics, and also some of the other graphics that are permanent in the location, whether it's a Chick-fil-A, American Greetings has a store, a baseball diner, and just a couple scenes from there. So at the end of this performance, they have a closing night, and this whole area is redecorated with a stage, and the awards are given, and kind of a party atmosphere there. Nice location for it. But again, if you think of it like a banner on their website, that type of thing, that's what this has come across to. And it builds up on that size. So it's a nice venue for the whole show. And again, trying to show you how the marketing of the graphics in your side would play, and incorporate all of these different locations, even bringing the color theme or the color scheme into the ticket side there. And just a couple more graphics. Pretty large, almost 20 feet in the air. And that'll give you an idea of it. So again, just trying to show you a segment for all of the graphics, how it can be incorporated. There's their logo, the year, everything connected to it.